Now, I got a request from one of my backers, one of the people that's supporting this channel, asking me to explain why I care so much about fan service. Why do I get into arguments with people from our side over things like video games, like Stellar Blade, like Nikkei, like The First Descendant? Like, why do I want video games to have big tits in it? And I genuinely thought about making a video and making a script, but no, I actually just talk from the heart, and I'll tell you how I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the fan service, in the sense that I generally don't care about it. I mean, you can mod a game, and you can have big tits in the game just by using the mod. Even if, like, all of femininity was banned from the universe in artistic expression, I still have my Steam collection with games from before 2016. I still know where you can go on the internet in order to find actual pornography, not just lewdness. And then there's books and there's like other things. It's like I genuinely do not care about the fan service at all. And so why do I defend it? Well, it's kind of like that thing, like I don't agree with what you say, but I'll defend the right for you to say it. It's pretty much like that, and I'll show you why I am like this. Like, at what point in time can you send a Terminator to prevent an event from happening, which would fundamentally change the person that I am today? And the event that we're talking about, the one that's actually making me defend fan service today, and probably until the day I die, took place on November 13th, 2014, in a publication known as The Verge. Now, some of you may think that this is pity, others may not care about it as much, but I did. I as an individual person can say that very little things have disgusted me to the core, like this thing right here. This, to me, was absolutely revolting. Because at the time, I was actually, I can't say that I was a left-leaning person, but I was definitely like the type of individual that really liked stuff that has to do with science. I liked a lot of scientific trivia. I liked following the news about technological advancements. And so I was actually interested about this guy which managed to do something that humanity has never accomplished. He managed to actually land a shuttle on a comet, which apparently is something incredibly difficult to do. Like, you need to have some of the world's best mathematicians in order to make it so. And instead of having people congratulating him, instead of like people wanting to shake hands in his day of achievement and glory, what he has is a publication with quite a substantial number of readers, sending one of their reporters in order to insinuate that because of the shirt he is wearing, he is an immoral person. Like, all of his accomplishments, everything that he did for humanity, are worth nothing because he is a piece of shit. He is a misogynist. He's an awful human being. Nothing else that he will ever do is going to make it right because he wore a fucking shirt. These people were so obsessed with the clothing that he was wearing that they basically placed this individual into a box and they wanted to get rid of him. And so, like, their idea was that the shirt is sexist and ostracizing, and because of that, more women don't get into STEM, right? So, like, because of his way of thinking, he is destabilizing the entire society. Because we don't have a society where everyone thinks the correct things, where everyone dresses the right way, and we have like a single person that steps out of line, the entire society is now crippled. And in order to repair society, we need to fix this guy. And it's not just the publication, but I remember like the guy got a lot of shit on social media. He was actually taken to tears. Like, he actually went on a camera and cried because he was afraid he would lose his job. And chances are, if he wasn't that important, if he didn't have a team, and if he didn't manage to accomplish something that no other human being did, he would have lost his job. His life would have been fucking ruined because of these assholes, which at the time were being viewed as virtuous people. At the time, they were being viewed as the good guys. And at the time, they were viewed as the people that can fix society, that can right all the wrongs. And so, you know what really pisses me off? Because at the end, I did think about it, and I think I summed it up to what really triggers me so much. It's the fact that the way culture works right now, in order to be viewed as a virtuous person, you don't actually have to give to charity, you don't have to be virtuous, and you don't need to actually accomplish something that mankind has never managed to accomplish. In fact, that's detrimental. That's being a sucker, that's being an idiot. Donating to charity, helping other people, that's gross, icky, and disgusting. What you need to do is to form a base. You need to gather some pay piggies, right? You need to come up with an ideology that is very concerned with what strangers think, with what strangers wear, with what strangers do in their own time. And once you have that ideology, you get your pay piggies, you get your base, and then you can just criticize trivial shit. You can score easy brownie points by safe criticizing video games, shirts, art, whatever the fuck, just absolute nonsense. And you're acting as you're cleaning up the dredges of society. You're acting as if you're doing something that contributes to society. It's the call-out culture, right? Like, this person thinks incorrectly. That person dresses incorrectly. This person plays the video games incorrectly. Just like the most trivial shit ever imaginable. And that's how you get brownie points. And that's how, you go around and it's like, am I not virtuous, guys? Do you not like me? Like, comment, and subscribe. Retweet. And you know what's interesting? Is the same people that behave like this, they are so fucking coy when it comes to real issues that would give them pushback. Like, all these feminists, they wouldn't say a single thing when in Europe you have people from Islam, from a completely different ideology that contradicted everything they were preaching, everything they were standing for. They wouldn't say a single fucking peep. Even when you have various statistics going the wrong way, even today, the feminists won't say a thing with stuff that matters, with things that actually are impacting the world at a genuine level. And it's not like they have to do anything. They can't even condemn it. They can't even talk about it. Why? Because it's all about gathering virtue with safe stuff. Picking on video games because they have big tits, it's easy. Anyone can do it. No one is going to disagree. It's so safe, right? Talking about Europe's immigration policy. Oh, well, that's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit too difficult. And I see the same shit happening with right-wingers as well. More recently, the ones that are also going after fan service and, like they're willing to demean other people because, you're associating with degeneracy. That's what they're saying now. You're associating with degeneracy. So it's, even if you're not a degenerate, you're associating with it. But they won't say anything about Donald Trump, who also associated himself with porn star, grabbed him by the pussy. His wife is on the cover of a British magazine showing her tits, right? Like, apparently that's fine, right? Like, you're not going to talk about that because, well, that's kind of difficult. You may get pushback for that. But instead, you're going to pick on some losers that play video games because no one is going to defend them. And so, if you genuinely have values and morals that make you go out of your way to criticize random strangers, well, I expect you at least be consistent about it, even when it's making you look bad. Even when, those values and morals would get you into trouble, because otherwise it's called virtue signaling. You're not really a virtuous person, you just want other people to think you are, so it's about saying the correct thing with your base. It's about, the people you associate with, they need to hear the correct takes from you. And this is why you end up with so many hypocrites. Vosh is a prime example of this. I remember when during the Me Too era, when it was Listen and Believe, he was live streaming a lady that was talking in a show how she claims that she got abused, but no one believes her. And Vosh is like, oh my God, that's so horrible. Of course you have to believe her. Of course. Until the lady says that, well, actually, my abuser was of a religious minority. And immediately Vosh does a 180 and is like, oh, she's lying, and calls her a bitch and all of that. And you can see it's like, okay, so this guy doesn't genuinely believe in things. He genuinely believes in saying the things that his people want to hear. He is going to say the stuff that's going to make him popular with his base. And this is what it's all about. Vosh is another example, complaining about drawings and shit. And I'm like, wow, maybe he is a pillar of the community. Maybe he does have morals. And then it turns out that due to a stream accident, he was watching and enjoying the exact same stuff that he was complaining for others doing and calling them Nazis for doing it. And it's like, okay, so why did he do that? Why did that happen? Why did that take place? Why was it? And so it comes back to the culture. It's not about the fan service. It's not about the left or the right dichotomy. No, it's about people that like to demean and drag others down. And these are people that are not pillars of the community. They are not moral. They are not decent. They hide their insecurity by attacking others. And to me personally, it pisses me off. It pisses me off. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or whatever, but apparently when you call out the people doing the call out, a lot of people get upset. It's like, why do you call out the call outer? That's not how it works. Like, the call outer is free of any sin. He is free of anything until we decide to turn on him, because that's something else that happens. Did you notice that shit with Destiny? Right, like Destiny gets out and he does a lot of stuff that people disagree with, but no one calls him out until people don't like him anymore. Then everyone calls him out for the past things. It's so fake. It's so plastic. It's a fucking circus, and people deserve the clowns. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.